So I have just like a couple of short things. First of all, as we can see, meetups are a good thing. People have more meetups. Basically, the purpose of the Haxe ups was sort of like two things. First of all, I thought that all the Europeans might be very, very sad because the 2018 Haxe Summit was in Seattle and that was so far away and people couldn't go. And I felt it like was important for people to meet. And also, it's actually like, Jure, you gave me the idea. You're sitting on my balcony, we were getting drunk, and it was very hot. Not in that way. No, but like, he came to visit one day and was kind of like, well, it doesn't have to be this big thing, and you don't have to ask anyone for permission. And I was like, oh, right, I can just do this, right? Like, I can just say like, hey, we're meeting. And then people actually showed up, which is like a real big surprise to me. But basically, like, you can do that too, right? And I sort of like get these questions, like people approach it in this strange, like, if there is a need for it, or if people would want this, I would want to make a meetup. And then they ask all of these questions, like, where do you want it to happen and when? And then they give like 50,000 options. And like, as we've just learned, we're horrible at making decisions. So the way to have a meetup is basically like, you do whatever Haxe up, whichever way you want, right? Like, you can have like 3 people on your couch. You can have 15 people in your living room, apparently. At least I can. But like, you do what works for you and tell people about it, and then people are going to come. Like, don't worry about them. Worry about yourself first and do what you want to do. And then also tell someone about it. That's the important part. So like, the way I propose you go about organizing a Haxe meetup is very, very simple. You pick a day that works for you and a time that works for you. Then you like pick a place that works for you. I would suggest your local bar, because if nobody shows up, you're still going to have a good time. And then just tell people. And if like just one person shows up, then hey, that's cool, because then you have a relationship with a person that is also interested in Haxe, where you live. So like, suddenly you're not alone anymore. You're not remote. You're not like this little alien anymore. There's like 2 of you. I mean, that's like some massive level up right there. Then like, if you need any help with that, or any moral support, or any hand holding, or any cheering, like, hit me up. Sometimes it's kind of like, but how do I make a Twitter graphic? Or like, I don't know what to say or something. Like, I'll help you with that. But like, as long as you're basically willing to like just raise your hand and go like, hey, we're doing this, we'll help you do it. And also, just very quickly, because I know this question is going to come up, when and where will the next European Haxe Summit be? I said a couple of days ago, it's probably going to be somewhere in Europe. And it's so the next Haxe Summit definitely is going to be somewhere in Europe. It's definitely going to be around September or October next year-ish, like a year from now. So I think that's all I want to commit to for now. And the rest shall be a surprise. So yeah, make more meetups. Haxe up.
That concludes the Haxe Up Linz 2019. I want to thank a couple of people. First of all, our friend Johnny, who lent us some chairs and these, how are these even called? I don't know, but
he also made the logo and everything.
Yeah, he made
and
the logo, and
he's
been very helpful. Then I want to thank our neighbors for tolerating us stomping with 15 people through our apartment, which was very nice. And yeah, I think that's it. So, of course, I thank everyone for attending, because without you, this would be a bit boring. So, yeah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for speaking. And
thank you for bringing the booze.
Thank you for bringing the booze. Thank you for the fanfare. So, that's it. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next year.
Thank you.